30 more seconds, everyone, and then we'll officially get started. Okay. I think we're set. We're streaming live on YouTube just to make sure that anyone who can't join us today can go back and watch. And I see that our special guest and speaker is here already. So I'll go ahead and kick it off. Thank you for joining us for the nonprofit sector call. Happy Pride Month, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. And I will say that you can activate, hold on, I think I'm getting some feedback. Feel free to activate your closed captioning at the bottom of the toolbar. You should see the CC live transcript. So everyone feel free to do that if you need to do so. Welcome, feel free to share your name and organization in the chat box. And I just want to remind everyone that today we will go through our regular agenda. I hope everyone received it. We have a special speaker, Marco Rauda, with the Lieutenant Governor's Office. And for June 23rd, we will have our special Pride Month panel. So I hope you can join us then. And with that, I will hand it off to Mr. Marco Rauda.
Janet, would you mind giving me access to share my screen?
You should be able to try it, and I'll see if it asks me to enable access.
Looks like I have access, but I don't know where to now go grab my stuff from. Desktop, open system preferences. That's not what I wanted.
You want to share the flyer?
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to do.
I can share the flyer while you kick us off, or it looks like Javier's here too.
Javier's here?
Hey, everyone. Good to see y'all.
Well, then we should just let Javi do the presentation then.
Love to.
If you want to just share the flyer for us, that'd be great, Janet.
Please and thank you, Janet.
Yeah, of course. I'm on it. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'll reintroduce myself. I know I've been on this call before, but in a new capacity with Commissioner Teixeira-Bloom's office. Thank you all so much for allowing me to speak here. Commissioner Teixeira-Bloom, in conjunction with Lieutenant Governor Lisa Cano-Burkhead, is going to be leading an event tomorrow from 2 to 5. It's going to be a resource fair and a panel discussion following that time from 4 to 5. So we ideally wanted to have as many small businesses have access to the resources in the community and provided by state agencies, including the ones you see below, UNLV, SBDC, the state agencies. I think that'd be ideal for specifically the East Side businesses. So far, I believe Marco and I have been tackling some of the canvassing in the region, and also we've collected about, I think, 20 agencies that will be providing the resources for the community. So that's kind of the rundown here of what the idea was here and what we'd like to present. It's going to be at the Hollywood Rec Center. Again, that's 2 to 5. And, you know, there may still be ability to table, but, you know, if you, I left my email and my phone number as well. But did I cover everything, Marco? How'd that go?
I think, Janet, I'll reshare the updated English and Spanish flyer with you. Maybe you can share with the team. But overall, if you guys can get this information to anybody that you think could benefit from the fair, either aspiring entrepreneurs or small business owners that would like to expand. We are doing this on the East Side, but that doesn't mean that, you know, other communities should not be able to attend. With that said, we'll start working with the Lieutenant Governor's office on something in other communities as well. And we look forward to continue to not only partner with people in this room, if you guys are interested in it, but also continue to partner with Commissioner Teixeira-Bloom, who has been a great ally and a great partner. And his office has been a great partner with our office to be able to put this together. So just really want to thank Janet, United Way, and the time that was given and provided to us. And definitely want to thank my partner in this endeavor, Javier, for taking the lead. So thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. And like you said, we're working with the community center here. If there's any events or any of the centers that are in the district or that your businesses or agencies are close to. So the commissioner has a Hollywood Rec Center, Parkdale Rec Center, Cambridge Rec Center. And I'm forgetting the last one, but those rec centers are essential to the community, providing all kinds of service. So I have to give them a huge shout out for providing the space for us to be able to host this event. So thank you all, and feel free to ask any questions.
I'm pausing for a second. Do we have any questions for Marco or Javier about this upcoming resource fair or about the resources that the Lieutenant Governor's office offers, as well as Clark County Commissioner Tick Snyder-Bloom? No, well, thank you. I will make sure to reshare the English and Spanish flyer with everyone here. We always email out after a follow-up email with everyone, so I'll make sure to include that on there. Marco, because I think this is your first call, I'll just say welcome. You're welcome back. Every time we host this bi-weekly, this is a nonprofit sector call, and it's a community forum. Usually we do have a featured speaker, then we have a calendar of events, and we have open forum at the end. So I hope you can stick around where everyone can just raise their hand, introduce themselves, or share any updates. So thank you for joining us today.
Let me unmute myself. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Javi. Awesome. Well, we are going to move on to the next section of our agenda. I hope everyone here received it. And as you all heard, if you have something to share that wasn't listed on the agenda, feel free to raise your hand during our open forum and share with everyone. And we also welcome just introductions. If you just want to say hi, if you're new with your organization, we also welcome that. So this is your space. Next, we have our awesome Megan Courtney with United Way sharing about an initiative, Missing Middle. So I'll let her share more.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for the introduction, Janet. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody's time here on today's platform. The United Way of Southern Nevada is going to be working alongside Channel 13 News KTNV. We are going to build a web landing page that is going to be mirrored not only on the United Way web front, but also the Channel 13 web front. So what we are also doing right now is going to work alongside our funded partners and our community partners on today's call. My call will also go out in our post email NPO distribution after this meeting. What we are looking at doing is establishing a resource list for what we are considering is the missing middle. So the missing middle are residents of our Southern Nevada community who were living paycheck to paycheck before the pandemic and have now, due to the pandemic and due to inflation, are now struggling to make ends meet paycheck to paycheck or in between checks as well. Families might be considering which bills to pay, which to forego. Even those who are now living paycheck to paycheck, we would also consider missing middle. And what this will do is Channel 13 plans to have a series of segments towards the end of this month to go over a few of the resources we'll be having on this webpage. And additionally to that, we will also continue on this series ourselves on the United Way side. So we, at this time, if you are an organization who provides services to those who we believe would be the missing middle, where your organization or your program doesn't necessarily require an income level or proof of income, please reach out to me directly and I can work on getting you as a resource on this webpage. And so when we start marketing and outreaching to the community, your organization will be listed on our webpage as a community partner, as well as the KTNV Channel 13 webpage as well. And then as your programs and projects change throughout time, or if you pivot your audience, or if you open a new arm of your organization that now can serve this population, please reach out to me. My email address, I'll also drop it in the chat box, but it is Megan, MEGANC @uwsn.org. Paul, I see you taking notes. We intend to have Nevada 211 as our #1 resource. In fact, I know we'll be reaching out to you directly to have Nevada 211 as its own segment for this series as well. And we'll definitely be in touch. All other organizations, community funded partners through the community impact team, I'll be reaching out to you all directly to provide your information. And those who are not funded partners, please reach out to me. Thank you so much for dropping my email. If anybody has any questions right now, please let me know. And if you think of any additional questions or have feedback, please also don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Megan. And I'll pause again for any questions or comments regarding the missing middle.
And again, if you guys think of anything or have any additional questions, if your organization might fall under this, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much.
And just to highlight once again that we saw the need for this because people were saying, you know, whereas before I didn't have to budget with gas, for example, now I'm finding myself doing that. So if I see, if you can identify with that, or the people you serve can identify with that, whereas they didn't feel like they needed to reach out for resources, please reach out to Megan for more information, because we would love to share and add you to that list. So thank you, Megan, for that update. I see that you also shared your email in the chat box. I will continue on with the rest of the agenda. I think a few more people joined us, so I'll just reintroduce myself. My name is Janet Quintero. I'm with United Way of Southern Nevada. Welcome to the nonprofit sector call, and feel free to add your name and organization in the chat box, just so you know who's joining us today. And feel free to share a resource in the chat box, but also we do have open forum towards the end of the call. So if you just want to raise your hand and introduce yourself to share an update, feel free to do so. Moving on to the next section of the agenda. And if you receive the email, this was an attachment, but I'll ask my team to drop the information in the chat box. A new resource for us all. Thank you, Paul, for sharing it. I know this came via email from you. Sleep in Heavenly Peace Project. Sleep in Heavenly Peace Project provides, or their mission is to provide best to children between 3 and 17, because they recognize the need of children sleeping on the floor. So they ramped up 3 years ago. They are growing, and they're growing fast. We have the flyer for you all, and we'll also share the information in the chat box, but they're always looking for, of course, children to continue serving, but volunteers. So they're also looking for volunteers. We will make sure you have this information. And if you have any questions, we will make sure to include Chris's information. He is the founder and co-president. Paul, I'll open it up. Anything else you want to share about this amazing new nonprofit? I know you're, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, I've been I brought Chris on board about a year ago, and the reason I was just wanted to share it with the agencies is because somehow somebody put them on a list or something and they got overwhelmed. They've got a lot of available beds at this time, a lot of supply in, but they don't want to be overwhelmed with so many requests that they run out, because they do get some in. So yes, it's a great opportunity for, like I say, any agency, because we deal with so many people and families that do have children sleeping on the bed. So Chris is wonderful to work with. He's there to help you. Of course, if you got any questions at all, I have the information too, but I appreciate you sharing this information for us. And when I go out to the events, that tabletop events, I do put that on the table so that because I run into like Saturday at the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority, we had maybe 1,000 people come through there. So there's a lot of families and kids come through there, and they found out this resource was available for them. So thank you, Janet.
Thank you so much, Paul. So Sleep in Heavenly Peace Project, we will share the information in the chat box and we will resend it in the resources email after this. And I'll say it one more time.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paul.
Oh, no, I thought it was not, oh, you just put it in the chat box.
Yes, the team is on it. Thank you, team. And if you do not receive those emails, please email, and I'll also ask my team to put my email in the chat box. Email me directly, we'll add you to the list. And actually, I think we have a sign up form now. So we'll add your information to the sign up form so we can share all the amazing resources that come our way. Next update we have is with Signs of Hope, formerly known as a Rape Crisis Center. They are hosting a community forum on June 27th now. So if you are on their mailing list, formerly it was June 20th, but they're closing their offices for Juneteenth. So now they're hosting it on June 27th, 11 a.m. to 12:30. And the purpose of this dialogue is to gather with organizations and businesses serving the Black, African American community to review sexual assault and human trafficking services and how to improve them to better serve members of the community. So this is in the agenda, and we will also share the link in the chat box so you can pass it along to anyone who may want to participate. I'll pause again. Any comments, questions, or if anyone is here from Signs of Hope, feel free to jump in. Moving on then to our next update, and I'll ask, is anyone from Silver State Equality or the Nevada Minority Health and Equity Coalition here with us today? And I'll read the update, and if you are here, feel free to jump in as well. The coalition and Silver State Equality are hosting an LGBTQIA+ focus group. They'll be hosting a virtual focus group on June 29th and the 30th from 6 to 7 to learn about perceptions, attitudes, and practices related to COVID-19 vaccines among the LGBTQIA+ community in Nevada. And we will also be sharing that information in the chat box, and you also have it in your agenda. So those are all the calendar updates that I have on the agenda for today. So now it's time for the open forum. Again, if you want to share any upcoming event, anything that you have going on in your organization, or just introduce yourself, feel free to raise the raise my hand function. Yes, and we will go in that order. So we'll go ahead and get started with Dr. Colley. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I know many of you, I don't know some. I'm Laura Cully. I'm the Associate Dean for Community Engagement at UNLV School of Medicine, but I've also become the medical director of a new free clinic that UNLV, all of the health schools are going to be starting in the fall. And I'm also the director of an organization which has been around since 2017, the Mobile Health Collaborative. We have about 70 members, and we get together 2 to 3 times a year and do health fairs in various underserved neighborhoods. So here are my announcements. The first one is short. The Mobile Health Collaborative that I just mentioned is having a meeting today at 4. I thought since you're here at 2, I put the link to the meeting in the chat, and you're all free to join us. It's kind of a special meeting today because we're breaking up into small groups, but feel free to join us if you like. And if you have any other questions about that organization, please call me. So the big announcement that I want to make is this. I think we've all seen how amazing this phone call has been for 2 years, is it now? 40 to 70 people every other week, more and more all the time, listening to people. What in the world is everyone doing? My goodness. And it's just so exciting and so rewarding. And I personally, and many others that I've talked to, we don't want to let this go. We don't want the pandemic ending to bring our enthusiastic, collaborative spirit to an end. And because of that, we feel that there are so many groups now and all this grant money floating about that together, if we worked together and had goals, we could really accomplish an awful lot. Not that we're not working together now, but we're working together in groups. You know, we'll do this together and, oh, that's interesting, and I'll send you people. But I mean everyone working together for a common goal. The Mobile Health Collaborative is going to be sponsoring a working conference in August. We have the backing of the governor's office and a number of the main health stakeholders. And the focus of it is going to be for us to create and develop a system that will cover all the medical costs for our uninsured populations. I have done research on this. States and cities have done this. It is possible. All you need is a lot of support from all the different pieces that need to be involved, the hospitals, the MCOs, the wraparound services, surgery suites and such. But it can't be done unless we're working together. I don't know how we're going to accomplish that exactly because there's so many groups here, but we're going to try. And that's what the working conference is all about. So I just wanted to get you to start thinking about that. Feel free to research, as I have, what other states have done. And surprisingly, well, maybe not surprisingly, it's the states whose governors have not opted into expanded Medicaid that have felt the need to create alternative methods of paying for care because they have so many uninsured now. We are very lucky that we're opted in, but we still have a lot of uninsured. So that's really what I wanted to say. I know we can do this. I know the talent that we have and the power that we have. We have all the power when it comes to health around here. So let's use it and let's start getting some goals that will make a real difference in the health of our community. And thank you very much, Janet, for letting me barge in here and share some of the ideas that our groups have been talking about.
Thank you so much, Dr. Colley, and thank you for sharing that update. That's what this space is for, and it's so exciting that this is happening in our community. I'll pause again for any questions, comments, or follow-ups that anyone may have. Seeing none, thank you. And if you want to share that in the chat box, the call is at 4, right? So I think if you have no other commitments at 4, join. And yes, we would appreciate any other research about other communities doing this. I think it's always great to learn about great things going on in other communities. So thank you, Dr. Colley. Okay, anyone else wants to share? Either raise your real hand or your Zoom hand, and I will call on you. Javier, thank you. Go ahead.
I forgot where the button was for the hand. For Dr. Cully, the mobile health, are those the mobile health vans? I don't want to confuse them. I think you're muted, Dr. Cully.
Sorry about that. It's kind of a funny story. This group was started in 2017 when we all got together at the health district and said, gee, you know, how can we increase access to care? And everyone had all these ideas, and we thought, well, let's do all the mobile clinics. Well, there were very few mobile clinics, but we had already named it the Mobile Health Collaborative. And so we decided to make it mobile health, as in we are going to take the medical and social services into the communities rather than asking the communities to come to us. As it turns out, actually, we just got a grant and we will be getting 2 fully equipped mobile health clinics in January of 2023. And that should be very exciting. And we will be calling on everyone who wants to help, be involved. We think we're going to be using it to create patient homes in specific areas rather than just pop-ups. We have two clinics that are coming. One will be used for homeless and rural patients, and the other one will be placed in the same spot once a week to become real patient homes for that neighborhood. And we'll be able to, that's where we want everybody involved. We'll be able to bus people to other kinds of appointments from there on the day that we're there. So it all goes together. We want to get the care out there, and they're not coming to us, we're going to them. But it has to be primary care, real primary care, not just pop-ups to take care of this or that. So that's the story.
Last question. I thought I wrote down the school health. Is that similar to what Bailey Middle School is going to do?
Bailey Middle School is another program that we have. We finally have gotten the school district to agree to let the School of Medicine run one of their school-based health clinics. And this has been in the works for like 4 years. So our pediatrics and family practice departments are going to be in charge of it. It will be every day. And it is at the Bailey Middle School, but it will also serve the 2 elementary and 1 high schools in that location.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
And I want to call on Carlos if he put something relevant in the chat box. So I'm going to ask him to share with all of us.
Thank you, Janet. Hi, this is Carlos Ramirez Gomez. I'm a program officer with the Nevada Office of Minority Health and Equity. And so I just wanted to remind everyone on this call with a very important message regarding Medicaid benefits. And so the reminder is that, due to COVID-19, the COVID-19 public health emergency, the Department of Welfare and Social Services and Medicaid were not recertifying people for Medicaid eligibility. And so this public health emergency is coming to an end real soon. We don't know when, but it's coming to an end soon. And a lot of Medicaid beneficiaries will need to recertify again. And so if they don't recertify, they're going to lose benefits. And so the problem is that people have moved, they haven't updated their addresses, and they're getting notices in the mail. And if they don't respond to those notices, they will lose benefits. So I'm asking that, if you work with people, if you serve people, if you're a medical provider, an organization that works with Medicaid beneficiaries, please share this information. Also share this information with your networks. I put on the chat a link so to give you more information on how you can contribute with this outreach. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Dr. Colley.
I just want to say, I think the state of emergency was terminated 2 weeks ago. So I think that's already occurred. And there's a lot of rules and regulations that they waived. So if you've been doing something, you better check and make sure that you weren't doing it on a waiver for the state of emergency, and be careful.
Absolutely. And the increased need for the program that you shared, Dr. Colley, because of that suspension of benefits. So thank you all for sharing. Thank you, Carlos, Dr. Colley, and Javier for your questions. I'll pause one more time. Any follow-up questions or comments about this topic? No, I'm moving on to Stephen.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving me the time. I just want to share some exciting news for Leaders in Training. So our 7th cohort of seniors are going to be having their senior scholarship banquet this Saturday. So this is exciting news for our graduates. And then on top of that, we are actually also going to have a volunteer event later on this summer on June 27th, 28th, and July 8th. It will be at the Mandalay Bay. We will be kind of setting up and closing down for a volleyball tournament. So if anyone's interested in volunteering or knows anyone who might be interested, feel free to shoot them my way. I will drop our information in the chat box. But yeah, we're just ending the year with some exciting news.
Thank you, Stephen, for sharing. Any questions or comments for Stephen or anything related to leaders and training? Awesome. Thank you, Stephen. Jeff, you're up.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Hey, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Jeff Jeffries. I'm with SAVE, and that's Services and Assistance for Veterans with Emergencies. And we basically do or offer about 90% of everyone that's on this call services, except we target the veteran community in their families. And that's our core mission is to support the veterans, any veteran, homeless, disabled, active duty, in their family members, immediate or distant. And we just kind of want to just let everyone know that we're here because we could use everyone's support in the community to help out with our veterans. I mean, we do so much. We provide maybe 600 hot meals a week to veterans. We provide our food pantry to veterans. But let me just say this: while we're out in the street and we're feeding veterans, if someone comes up to us and they haven't had a meal, we provide a meal to them as well. In fact, when COVID hit, we went around to underserved neighborhoods and we just provided hot meals that we purchased from local restaurants, and we just gave them out to the families as well as the veterans. So I just wanted to kind of let everyone know that we're here. We've been active since 2011, but we've been here in Nevada for the past 2 years. So a lot of people don't know who we are or what we do, but when they're out in the street, they kind of see who we are. They'll see our little logo. They say, "Oh, that's those guys." And again, we're just trying to, let people know who we are because we're always looking for support to help us find bigger, better grants, donation drives. And when I say donation, not just financially, I mean, we've had churches donate sleeping bags. We've had 7-Eleven donate cups of hot chocolate because we have this program where we go out from 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. and we give out sleeping bags and cups of hot chocolate to the actual homeless that we see on the street. And we do that twice a week. Now we're going to have to give them something cool, but we're still going to give them a sleeping bag. So, but anyway, just want to say hello. I put the website in the chat box, which is www.protect-vets.org. And if anyone has any type of contact or anything that could help us out, advance our mission, we greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jeff, for that update and for everything you do. I will pause to see if there are any comments or questions.
Yes, I have a question for the gentleman. I do not think that we have them listed in our database. That I would love to. My information's in the chat box too. If he could contact me, because it's a wonderful service to have, and we definitely want to add it in there. And if they're not, we still can help promote them with our social media pages and things like that. And if we can get them in the database, we can also honor them in a newsletter. So it goes out to 14,000 emails. So I would love to hear from this gentleman and hopefully get them on board and try to give them more resources.
We definitely appreciate that. And if you can drop your email address in that chat box as well, I'll make sure that I'll email you directly. And then, we can kind of start some dialect, and I can give you a little bit more behind the scenes of our operations and and so on.
Well, my cell phone, it's Nevada 211 Paul Thornton. It's up at the top. My cell phone, you can reach me directly. My email's there too. So give me a call and we'll get things worked out.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for Jeff? Are you trying to unmute, Paul?
I did want to
Yes,
talk. I did want to talk about that. First of all, is that great to be back, always on board, but a lot of things are happening with 211 and getting back out here in the community. And one of the first things is next month with our partners, United Way of Southern Nevada and Northern Nevada, we'll be holding our first hybrid call. That's what they're calling them nowadays, in person and Zoom calls too, at the United Way of Southern Nevada and also in Northern Nevada too. We have several people going to meet up there, and we already have about 10, 15 people is going to meet at your office, and then the rest will be on Zoom. So if you're not a part of our Nevada 211 Ambassadors Alliance group, you can contact me and I can help you get on board with that. Also, we have a monthly newsletter that we send out. We honor a couple agencies and they speak at the events. And these we send it out, like I say, to 14,000 emails. And also it goes out on our social media, Twitter and Facebook accounts. Our numbers are growing tremendously on that. Also, I'd like to remind everyone, we've really been getting out here now that things open back up, collaborative meetings at the CARE Coalition, PAC Coalition, other places. Last week I was at 5 events. I've been a lot of school events. I'd like to really promote with the suicide and the mental health services that youth are having, our Nevada 211 Youth app. If you're local and need the RAC cards or a regular 211 RAC cards and want to talk to me about it, I'll be happy to come to your place, drop them off for you. We had somewhere 500,000 people at the Southern Nevada Regional Housing Authority event the other day, and I was able to get quite a few kids, and when I go to school events, to download the app because it's so important to have them on board. It came out both our apps came out during the pandemic, so we really need to promote it. They're great apps to have in that way, but we're getting out here to more and more events. I'd also like to shout out to Nevada Homeless Alliance. They are really promoting things. They're getting out there. They have more people. We're going to different places in the valley, reaching more people and with resources and things like that. So they're doing an amazing job, and I try to get all to the events. So, and if you want a presentation about 211, please don't be afraid to reach out to me. I'll come out and do a presentation for you. Everything's opening back up, and we're glad to be a part of it. I'm thankful for all of the agencies that support us and help us and bringing on new programs and new. I brought on 4 new agencies yesterday because we need those resources for our citizens of Nevada. So I want to thank you. I'm available for you. And I love this job, and I love working with all my co-workers here at United Way. Janet, we've all been out there together. And like Dr. Laura said, I'll be on the call at 4 o'clock. I love her event. She puts on a great event, and it's good to be able to get back out there again and work with all the people. And we're all working better together than before the pandemic, in my opinion. So if you have any questions, if you've got programs, you want to be a part of Nevada 211, and you can always reach me 24/7 if you call me. And I do have people call sometimes late, but I'm there for you to help you navigate any 211 issues that you may have. Thank you so much, Janet.
Thank you so much, Paul. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for everything you do. Any questions or comments for Nevada 211? Thank you again. And we did share Paul's information once again in the chat. And moving on to Irazu, you're up.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Irazu Velasquez. I'm with Community Schools of Southern Nevada. I'm the Events and Community Engagement Manager. I just wanted to share a little bit more about Community Schools. Our mission is to surround our students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life. I'm excited to share that we are having our 10th annual Fill the Bus School Supply Drive taking place on July 21st, 2 locations, Sam's Club off of 215 and South Rainbow Boulevard. And our second location will be the Nevada Energy parking lot off of Sahara and Jones Boulevard. We are expanding for the next school year, so we'll be adding 10 more schools, which means that we'll be asking our community to come together to collect more supplies to those additional schools, including the 50 plus that we were currently in this past school year. So we're very excited. We are also looking for volunteers as well, which will be posted the week of June 27th. So if you're interested in volunteering or collecting school supplies, you can always email me. I will include my information on the chat box as well with the supply school list of the items that we are requesting for. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I hope you saw all the applause and claps throughout the Zoom screen. Any questions or comments for Irasu? No?
What's the Fill the Bus date again?
Thursday, July 21st.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have a flyer, we'd love to share it also. And I think we can send it with the follow-up. Thank you so much. Carlos.
Yes, thank you, Janet. I have one more event that I think it deserves recognition. So just want to take this opportunity to talk to you about an event that we're partnering with the Southern Nevada Health District, my office, NOMI. And it's important to note this statistics that 40% of Black men are diagnosed with some type of heart disease. So during this event on June 15th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Masterpiece Barber College or Barber School, we're going to have a discussion about the importance to bring this message across, especially within, Black communities, about the importance of getting a simple blood pressure check and just taking care of one another. And so I invite you to help me promote this event. I shared a flyer on the chat box, and if you can attend, that would be great. And then I just had news that one of the, we have a Raiders alumni, a next Raiders that will be there as part of the conversation. So, if you want to get a signature from a Raiders, please join us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carlos. Any comments or questions for Carlos? Hearing none. Thank you so much. And yes, if you have a flyer, we'd love to also reshare it in the follow-up email. Cyril, you're up.
Hopefully I'm unmuted.
Yes, go ahead.
First thing is I'd like to say thank you for everyone that's here and participating with everyone and cooperating. It's a beautiful thing to see and hopefully be a part of. My organization is FEETS Basketball. We stand for Faith, Education, Encouragement, Teamwork, and Support. We're a youth empowerment organization. Mentoring the youth is an important thing for us. We feel like that middle ground is our youth, and they sometimes fall through the cracks. They have situations where they lack confidence, they lack resources. So we try to provide resources, housing, jobs, as well as mentorship to get them into internship programs for the future. A lot of our kids have goals that they want to achieve, but at the same time, they need a little bit of help to get there. We supply meals as much as we can, as much as the resources that we have. But one of the big things that we try to stick to is the fact that in order to empower the youth, we sometimes have to go back and help their adult parents. With that being said, we've placed 20 different parents in different jobs to get them back on their feet. We're still looking for more resources, not just financial resources, but resources in the community to help connect these people with the things that they need. Sometimes it's a work card, sometimes it's a class that they may need to take. Anything that we can do to help them, we try to if we can't help them directly, we try to provide them with resources. So everyone here on this call, I thank you all for everything that you do. And now being connected, I know that there are a lot more resources for us. This is a special thing, and you guys are all special. I appreciate that. That being said, we do have an event, and I will share the flyer. I'm currently in the car. I just wanted to pull over and make sure that I was a part. I did not want to miss out on this opportunity. We have a flyer. We have an event coming up July 1st through 3rd. It originally started off as a memorial basketball tournament. We lost one of our matriarchs to our program this year. She had a heart transplant, and it was not successful. So we're taking 30% of our resources from the proceeds of the tournament, and we're donating it to the American Heart Association. We have a lot of things that we want to do, but we're dependent upon other agencies and resources to get those things done. So we try to give back as much as possible to those resources. Our young people are more than willing to volunteer for your events, as well as their parents. They will come out, we will help. We've been a part of Art You OK, as well as the Veteran Suicide Prevention Program. So we're looking for not just monetary, because monetary resources do help and they go a certain amount of the way, but at the same time, mentoring these young people to be able to get out in the community and not just help now, but be able to empower other people to help later on down the road is important. So again, I'll keep it short and sweet, but I thank you all. I appreciate you, and I will be sharing our resources and what we can do with you all.
Thank you so much for sharing that and for taking a moment to participate. I know you're driving, so I appreciate you. But if you're able to, I think we would all love to connect with you. So if you can put your information in the chat box, and I'll also pause for any questions or comments that people may have for you. And seeing none right now, yeah, if you can please share your information, we'll make sure to stay connected. And please join back. Like I said, this is a space we're here every 2 weeks. So we look forward to seeing you here for future meetings.
Thank you, and I greatly appreciate it.
Oh, it looks like Angela might have a question for you.
I'm so sorry. I was literally trying to like move screens and do all that. So I apologize. Hi, just in response to what you're doing, thank you so much. That sounds amazing. I work with Safe Nest. What we do is we have a mentoring type program called Coaching Boys into Men, where we offer information to basketball teams, football teams, any sports teams. And we come out and we talk about healthy relationships. We talk about being mentors in the community. We talk about work on skills, bystander intervention, again, domestic violence, sexual assault. We would love to kind of get together with you and really chat about our youth program that we have and what we offer. That goes for anybody else that's working with any kinds of teens or youth type groups. We also do community trainings, agency trainings, whether it's nonprofit or for-profit, but I would love to get together with you and connect with you in regards to that team. Thank you.
You're very welcome, and I look forward to it. I'll make sure I get our information not only into the chat, but hopefully I'll direct message you so that you and I can connect.
That'd be great. I'll also drop my information in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you both. This is so exciting, and this is what this call's about. So nice when these connections happen here. And yes, we look forward to both of your information in the chat box. Moving on to Kate.
Hi, this is not actually an announcement from Girls on the Run, but I just got an email and I wanted to share it with everybody else. And it's from Nevada Grant Lab. They were passing on a word about the North Las Vegas Cares Community Grants Program. The pre-application is due by Saturday, June 11th. And they have $7.5 million in ARP funds. So the pre-application, which is the short version, is due by Saturday, and then the longer version is due in July. And it's just an incredible opportunity. And I didn't know about it until I just got this email, so I figured I'd pass it on. I can forward this email to you, Janet, so that you can share it with everybody else. But obviously, it's a very short window, turnaround window, so I wanted to get the word out as quick as I could. That's it.
Absolutely, Kate. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, we will make sure to forward that. So happy to hear that the Grant Lab forwarded it. I know that it also came out from, I think, North Las Vegas. I think I got a follow-up today or an email today. So we'll make sure to include that on there. Any questions or comments or more good news that you want to share with the group? Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. I know we have 10 minutes left. So I will just say, if this is your first time joining us, welcome. This is the United Way Nonprofit Sector Call. We are here every 2 weeks at 2 p.m. on Zoom. And as Dr. Colley shared, this started because of the pandemic, but we don't plan on going anywhere. This is a wonderful space. And if you have any suggestions on how it would be better for you, please send me an email. My information is janetq@uwsn.org, is in the chat box. And this is what this is about, right? Like sharing resources, making sure we're connected and we're amplifying this for our community. So if there is nothing else, and I will wait a couple, 30 seconds maybe, I will say happy Pride Month one more time. I hope you can join us for the Pride Month panel on June 23rd at 2 p.m. and enjoy your Thursday. Yes, Jim, thank you. Do it again. There you go. Happy Pride Month, everyone. See you next time.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.